Good afternoon, everyone. We're just outside, as you can see, once again, in our beautiful capital city. We're outside the forecourts here in Dublin, just along the quays, along the River Liffey. And we're just doing a very quick report on the events today here for James Flynn's Supreme Court appeal. Obviously, a lot of legal argument. A lot of legalese, a lot of legal words, and obviously very detailed arguments between Lokenstein on the prosecution for the DPP and Bernard Condren, James Flynn's defence barrister. It went very much as we expected, arguing the legalities of the unlawful actions of Tony Hunt. It was mentioned once again in the Supreme Court that Tony Hunt's actions in the original James's original case, Tony Hunt's actions were unlawful, and that was detailed by the appeal court, and it's written in the judgment. So that was discussed today, and the merits of how Judge Hunt changed the indictment. And as I said, a lot of legal argument, and hopefully Judge Charlton did tell us that they had hoped to have the judgment in before Easter. So we're hoping that is we have a result before Easter, which would be very, very good. Because as we have said, I think I spoke with Gemma last night, and when we were in previous videos, we're very concerned about the option of these people to try and kick this can down the road and extend it. So this is for reference. Judge Charlton told us today that the panel of judges were in a position to have a decision before Easter, the Easter break. So hopefully that will happen. And obviously we hope and pray that it'll be in favour of James, and James Flynn will be totally and completely exonerated and walk out of this building a completely free man, free from the draconian bail conditions for which he and his family are now living under. But the day started off very, very interestingly. We have spoken continuously about the suppression of information, the suppression of news, and how the Aaron's campaign and on all platforms has been suppressed by the state. We have been shadow banned. We have a couple of buses. We'll just let the buses go. I just don't want the sound drowned out, because this is very, very important what happened this morning. Actually, a very historic day here today in the Supreme Court. It is the first recording of a case, of an ongoing appeal, to be heard and to be duly broadcast to you, the Irish public. So before the appeal started this morning, Brendan Graham stood up, and the first thing he requested was that the publication of this trial not be done. Now, he gave the reasons for that. People had vilified and made videos and published information that he said vilified members of the judicial system, barristers, members of Garda Síochána, the DPP. So obviously Mr. Graham was talking about Aaron's campaign, and he mentioned the word vilified. But Brendan, you forgot to mention the word contempt. All those words fall under the word contempt. And we desperately need you, Brendan, to bring contempt against us so we can bring our truth into the courtroom. Because if you bring us to court for contempt, we will have to discuss the issues from the information we've put forward. And because you and the mainstream media on Garda Síochána, the DPP, have been completely silent, it proves that what we are saying is true. And to try and manipulate this courtroom here this morning again, it shows once again that Brendan Graham has no morals, has no ethics, and he is trying to rein back a decision made by Oireachtas, the Oireachtas, our government, to publicly show these hearings. Brendan Grehan wanted that rein back in, just to suit him to hide what he has done to our son and how he has manipulated and tampered with evidence. So that's what's happened here today. So we have Brendan Grehan now trying to stop the publication and the video of today's proceedings going forward. We have Mark Phillips, who we've told you about, put a gagging order on James Flynn for not to be allowed on any social media platform. And we have, I spoke in particular last night to Gemma on a whole podcast, where there is absolutely no record of this court case here today, anywhere on the public domain. And that in itself, we believe, is illegal, because you, the public, are being hoodwinked and blinkered completely about Aaron's case. If these people should want to publicise the great job they've done catching the Garda killer, but we know that's physically impossible. Aaron Brady had nothing to do with the more than robbery at Lordship Credit Union. So therefore, you, the Irish public, are being totally and completely censored from what's happening in Aaron's case and what's happening with James Flynn. It's totally, completely unacceptable. But we have to sit quietly and listen to Brendan Grehan pontificate about vilification and I don't think he said harassment. He used a number of adjectives that all fall under the umbrella of contempt. So the silence and this sabre rattling by Grehan here this morning only drives us further forward, because it proves Brendan Grehan does not want you, the Irish public, to hear what we have to say. It's as simple as that. So once again, we ask you, please like, comment and share. Please, for Aaron's sake, for the sake of justice, for James Flynn's sake, for all those people who are being suffocated and tortured by the Irish judicial system. Give those people a chance so their words and their stories can be heard. This is not just for Aaron, because we were here last week in the four courts for other cases. And it's just amazing what's happening here. And Aaron is only a part of how our judicial system is failing us all. So when we get more details on the proceedings today, we'll obviously pass them on to you. It'll be interesting to see if Schiller, Reynolds, Cummins, well, Barry's sort of half retired, but let's see, does anyone in the mainstream media pick up on this very, very important Supreme Court appeal here today? Yeah, no Garda here today, which was very interesting. Somewhat disappointing not to see them here. But as always, we weren't afraid to face them. I like looking in their eyes to see what's in their souls. Notwithstanding that, so that's what's happened here today. Brendan Grehan trying to suppress information to you, the Irish public. Obviously, he wasn't stopping us from hearing it, because we're sitting there as the proceedings is ongoing. So once again, thank you for that. And this is the reason we needed to like, comment and share. Please share Aaron's story, and please raise the issue with anyone in authority that you know, or anyone as a public representative. This information must be got out into the public domain wider and wider and wider. So thank you once again for listening, and please like, comment and share, and we'll get back to you very shortly with more information in relation to James's case. And obviously we will be turning our focus and attention now into the American aspect of the case and our proceedings against some of the men that were in the courtroom there today. So thank you for watching once again, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thank you.